What's up, guys? I'm coming to you with a quick video by request. If you guys haven't seen my most recent post, I uploaded something kind of sharing my journey with releasing my obsession with perfectionism and the Barbie doll syndrome, and it really touched a lot of people. And I was asked to put up a video to kind of talk about how I was able to shed that aspect of myself, and to also give some recommendations on how men can actually encourage their spouses or other women that they may be close to embrace their naturalness, and to kind of also release that Barbie doll syndrome where we feel like we have to look a specific way and that we have to conform to these societal perspectives of how a woman is supposed to look. So I'm going to kind of talk to you guys about what my journey looked like and how I was able to release that harmful and self-destructive thinking process on how I was supposed to look as a woman. So to kind of start from the beginning, I should just say the girl that you see before you right now, I wasn't always this girl. I didn't really start my healing journey until around sometime in 2008 or 2009 when I was like a sophomore in college. And at that time, I was going through a lot and I was really kind of disconnected from myself. And my ideal concept of what success and beauty was to have this perfect corporate job, to look beautiful as far as dressing a specific way, making sure that my hair looked a certain way and that I talked a certain way, because those things were desirable and that's what society said beauty and success looked like. But eventually I kind of had to start shedding some of those aspects of myself, because I was also not only emotionally and mentally sick at that time, but physically I was sick, and I was manifesting a lot of health issues at that time because of my weakened state of mind. So once I started to heal myself from those things, because I completely gave up trying to go the medical route, I started changing my diet, I started changing my lifestyle, and as I healed myself up out of my conditions that I was dealing with, I became completely enamored with health and wellness. And at some point, I literally just started advocating to everyone, like, oh, you should stop using these products, you should start doing this, like you have to be more natural with this because these things cause this. Like I was like all over the place trying to get everybody on board. And one day someone had made a comment and was like, I like what you're doing and I'm happy that you found, something of importance with regards to the whole natural tip, but not to criticize you or anything, but you still perm your hair. Like, shouldn't you embrace your naturalness if you're going to advocate for an entire natural approach to everything? Why haven't you gone natural with your hair? And then I was like, you know what? I'm not even mad at you, because that is something great that you just brought to my awareness. And on that note, I'm about to change some things. So, with that new awareness about myself, I jumped on my journey towards returning back to natural. And at the time, I was rocking a short pixie cut, and my hair was straight at the time, so it's not like I had a bunch of hair to deal with. So I kind of let my hair grow out for a couple months or so, and then I took the clippers, and one day I just woke up and was like, all right, today is the day. And I cut all my hair off, and I probably had about an inch of hair, probably half an inch, I don't know, but it was this little bitty teeny weeny little afro. But I never felt so free in my entire life after doing that. And I actually felt more beautiful not having my hair than I did when I actually had my short pixie cut that I thought was popping and was just the envy of everybody. You know what I'm saying? So that was like my first true battle with saying, fuck you, society. I'm not going to look the way that you want me to look. I'm about to do my own thing and I'm going to embrace myself. And the funny thing is, I was so in love with it. Like, it's sad to say, but I probably had been caught up in the cycle of perming my hair since I was like 7 or 8 years old. And for me to be ranking up on my 30th Earth year, it's sad that I didn't know that side of myself. Like, when I would look back at my childhood and try to remember who I was back then, I couldn't have any type of remembrance of what my hair was like. So when I did go through my journey of starting over with my natural hair, it was really beautiful for me to see how my hair actually grows out of my head and to see the curls and really just fall in love with it. And I got so much encouragement from it that I knew that that was the right decision for me to make. And then once I went natural with my hair, then I started to just embrace other things that were more natural, like, okay, let's stop with the makeup. I've never really been a big makeup advocate anyways, but every once in a while I have my moods where I want to just get super pretty and I would put some makeup on. But I started to stop doing that. I started to be more simplistic with my dress because I really just stopped caring about all of the pressure and the thought process that is involved in trying to put on this image for other people, because at the end of the day, you're really not doing it for you, you're doing it for other people's approval. And once I started realizing that, I just started releasing those things. So I became very minimalistic with my clothing. Instead of having 50,000 different items in my wardrobe, I started giving away stuff and putting a pact on myself to say, hey, this year you're not going to buy anything unless something that you currently have becomes damaged to the point where you have to replace it. And so that's kind of how I started releasing my hold on this whole keeping up with the Joneses and this Barbie doll look. And then fast forward to a year and a few months ago, I was ready to take the next jump in my transformation, which was, again, my hair. My hair has always been a huge component of my beauty, and I've always associated my beauty with my hair because, like I said in my post, it was my shining glory. Like, my hair was always, like, it always had to be perfect. A piece of hair could not be out of place. It was slicked and laid to the gods, and that's what I attributed beauty to. And I knew that the more simplistic I wanted to live my life, the more that I would have to release. And so with my hair, I decided that it was time to lock it so that I could kind of release the desire to want to be in it all the time and for it to look perfect and laid all the time. And that itself was probably the most challenging thing so far with regards to my personal self-growth, was accepting the journey of starting locks, because I literally had to completely let go, relinquish the control, which is extremely difficult for me, and I had to let my hair do what it wanted. And I also had to sit back and honor that process and see how other people honored it as well. And a lot of people had a lot of negative things to say about my decision to start locks. Even people very close to me and my family were not as supportive as I would have hoped, because they really didn't understand the significance of why I wanted to do it. But I still stayed strong, and I was grateful to have people in my corner who encouraged me, who reminded me that I was still beautiful and that my hair did not make my beauty, but that it was already within me, and that my hair was just an extension of my beauty. And that's what really helped me to come to terms with this. I mean, if you look at me right now, my locks are fuzzy, they're frizzy, they're lumpy, they're bumpy. A couple years ago, I would never walk outside looking like this. Like, I'd be like, nah, I'm good. But now, this is me, and I love it. I love the freedom of not being tied down by having to buy a bunch of products to make my hair conform to what someone else thinks my hair is supposed to look like. And my hair is still my shining glory. These are my antennas. They keep me connected to the energy around me, and I couldn't hope for anything more for anyone else than to embrace their own naturalness, especially when it comes to their hair. That is such a huge thing for women of color, to accept their natural hair. So for men who are watching this and you want to encourage your women in your life to embrace their beauty, just use positive reinforcement. Constantly tell them how beautiful they look when they embrace their natural beauty, when they don't wear makeup, when they wear their natural hair. Constantly compliment them and just let them know how much you appreciate them being comfortable in their skin, because those are the things that are going to encourage them to make the shift. Don't criticize them when they don't do it. Just give them more positive reinforcement when they do. And so with that said, I only have a few seconds left in this video, so I hope it answers all of your questions, guys. And if not, hit my DMs or comment on the post that I post, and I'll be more than happy to respond to your questions. But peace and love, guys. I'm out.